What's up, bitches? It's Messy Mark, the messiest bitch on YouTube, and today I'm going to be opening up a little bit to you guys and kind of letting you guys into my world, and I'm going to be doing a story time. And I always wanted to do a story time, but I was kind of just like, you know, what in my life is, I have so many stories, but I was like, what's like the funniest, what's the best one I've got? So I was going through like my head, like all of these things, and then I thought about one of my first loves, and then I kind of got in my feelings, and then I was kind of just like, let me just spill the beans and talk about my first love. So guys, if you don't know, I live in Miami, Florida. So West Palm Beach is about an hour and 30 minutes north of me. So I was up there for work, just minding my own business, and then I got on Grindr. That's where it all went south. So I was on Grindr, and I met up with this photographer who wanted to take some pictures of me. So I was like, okay, whatever, like free pictures for Instagram, like whatever, let's do it. So I meet up with him. He didn't have a picture, he didn't have anything, but he wanted to take pictures right across the street from where I was working. So I was like, how bad could it fucking possibly be? So I go over there to meet him, and he is legit like a dinosaur. Like he's like 90 years old. Come to find out, he's actually 92 years old, and he's a photographer. He's really well accomplished. He's been all over the world, has all these great experiences, and he just wanted to take pictures of me, and he did pay me to do pictures, so there's nothing to hide there. But we took a lot of cool pictures, and about a week later, he sent them to me. And I replied like, oh great. So I posted some on my Instagram, like whatever, like fuck it. Like they were cool, like little like gay little modeling pictures, like whatever. So we just kind of started talking like back and forth. Every day it started to get a little bit more elaborate and a little bit more than just, hey, how are you? It was kind of like, what were like the best parts and worst parts of your day? And he would just kind of mentor me and just kind of listen to what I was saying, and then he would always text me like at nighttime, and he'd be like, hey, I hope this went good for you today. Hey, I hope you got that today. Like he was just a really big rock in my life. And over the course of like a couple of months, he became my friend. So I was traveling a lot for work, and then when I came back to South Florida, I hit him up and I wanted to see him again. Like it is what it is. He was a good guy and I wanted to see him. So we ended up going to dinner. We had a couple of bottles of wine, which is like 6 or 7 glasses or whatever. Like each bottle is like 3 glasses, so we probably each had like 3 or 4 glasses of wine. But we were kind of just opening up to each other, and he was just such a good guy. Like, guys, when I say he was a good guy, like he was making me laugh. He was pulling out the chair for me. He was a gentleman, something that I'm not really used to. But yeah, so it was just something I wasn't used to. So I didn't fall for him on like the date, but we had multiple dates, and he would take me places. He would take me to little art museums, and the things he would say and the way he would carry himself was not like a 92-year-old typical man. Like this guy was hip. He knew everybody everywhere we went. He was like the head dude in West Palm Beach, and you know, I was cool with it, you know? So he had a lot of quirks. Like he would act like he was very sexual, but he would like fall asleep while doing stuff to me, and we would kind of joke about it. And he was just a really witty guy. He would laugh at himself. He wasn't scared to make a joke about himself, but he was really nice. He would always hold my waist, hold my hand in public, pull out the chair for me, open the door for me, always paid the bill, and he was a great guy. And over the course of a couple of years, I really became fond of him. He was my rock. Granted, we weren't dating or anything like that, but we always just kind of had like this connection. Like, yeah, I was going off to see other guys, and I always just kind of thought that he was always just in one lane. Like he was always just about Mark. And apparently I was wrong. So fast forward a couple of years, he's 94 years old. I'm 23. I get a call from somebody, this guy named Ryan. So Ryan tells me that he is a family member of John's, and he goes on to tell me that John passed away. And John did have health problems when we were together, and he was so old. It really, like, even like thinking about it right now, like really makes me upset. because in that moment, I've never felt such sadness. Like, I was legitimately crying. Like, I was going down the freeway, blasting music, just crying, like going like 100 miles per hour, it felt. And I can't believe someone that was like so like in my life like that just was gone, and I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't even know that he was that sick, and we've been talking for years. So I pull up to his house, and there's another car in the driveway. So in my mind, I was like, maybe it's like he had kids. So I was like, maybe it was one of the kids, or maybe it was this, that, or the third. So the reason I went to his house was just, I didn't know what else to do. Like, it was just a natural instinct for me to just go to his house. I just was driving in my car, and I just went straight north, and I got off on his exit, and I just drove to his house. I don't know what I wanted. I don't know what it was, but it was just in my instincts to go there. So I go there, I sit in my car for about 20 minutes, just crying, just staring at his house, thinking of who's gonna take care of his cat because he acquired a stray cat while he was living there. Like, who's gonna water the plants? Like, who's going to own this house now, and who's gonna take care of it like he did? Like, he was a gay man who was really into architecture. His house was so beautiful. The thing that bothered me the most was when I walked up, the lights were on in the family room. And in my mind, I was kind of like, oh, it's just automated or whatever. Guys, when I say I was so disgusted and hurt, I got in there, and he had his arm around someone my age, like a little twink or something. He had his arm around him, just on the couch, like watching TV. Like, feet up on the coffee table, just like we would do all of the time. And this man has had lots of boyfriends. He's been all over the place. He would tell me all about his crazy, wild times. But I just thought that he was like so old. Like, it was just us. And like, granted, like, I was doing my thing, but in my mind, I just always thought that it was just me and his life. And I cared about him. I valued him. Like, I didn't know it then, but now I know. Like, I really did love him. So I realized that the guy on the couch, when I pounded on the door and got him to come to the door, was the guy that was on the phone with me that day. Guys, when I tell you that John made this guy call me and say that he was dead so I would stop texting him because he moved on, I have never felt so hurt, so humiliated, and so pissed. Like, I'm getting angry right now thinking about it. I went home and I cried the whole way home, and it was almost worse than when I thought he died, because not only did he want me out of he wanted me out of his life so bad, he had to lie and say that I died. Like, what type of bullshit is that? Guys, I have a lot of funny stories and shit like that, but like, this one just came to my mind, and I really just wanted to sit down with you guys and let you guys know that fuck boys, no matter how old you get or how mature that you get, they're always gonna be there. And be careful who you give your heart to, because guys will fucking use it and they'll stomp all over you. Never wear your heart on your sleeve. It's just crazy. Like, you think you can really trust somebody and you really think that you have a connection with them. In the end, it's really nothing. Alright guys, if you like this video, let me know in the comments. Let me know who has broken your heart. Do you guys have any fucked up things that have happened to you? Like, what is your craziest breakup story, guys? Alright, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up.